they need preparation, they need guidance. Okay, so even I met Professor Rawandale in PCCOE. I saw his enthusiasm, his training and placement team. Even I went to the good college in Mumbai, Pune, then Sangli, and what I observed, their students are getting the good jobs like Facebook, Google, Amazon. They are getting the package of 10, 20, 30, 40. Why not our students? So our training and so this year we have established a training and placement cell of the students. We have very wonderful and outstanding team that is selected by our students. So this is the good attempt by our students. So I welcome. This is the first program of the training and placement cell. So I welcome you all. Welcome you, sir. Definitely, when you listen carefully the lecture of Rawandale sir, because he is having, I mean, very vast experience in this field, you will be motivated, and at the end of session, you will be full of confidence. No, I have equal competency. I should also go for the, I should also fight for the good jobs in like top-notch companies. So thank you very much, Training and Placement Cell, for inviting me. Thank you very much. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Today we have with us a very special personality. We are immensely honored by his gracious presence. He has placed 22,000 students from across India through campus recruitment drives. He has formed a network of around 1,200 TPO across the country and connected with 1,000 HR technical professionals. He conducts around 350 to 400 recruitment drives every year. He is the member of Maharashtra level panel of Confederation of Indian Industry and also the Maharashtra level coordinator for CII job affairs and zonal coordinator for CII industry. He was felicitated by Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Sri Devendra Fadnavis sir, on 24th February 2018 for extraordinary work in field of training and placement. He is the recipient of National Level Award Career Guru, National Employability Conclave on 7 December 2012 for being the visionary mind who works to improve the overall employment ecosystem in the country by developing new best practices. He is a recipient of National Level Award Employability Enunciator of India 2016 by Rethink India on 18th October 2016 at Indian International Center, New Delhi. Now, without further ado, I now welcome Dr. Shitalkumar Rawandale sir to address all of us by his words of wisdom.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dr. Joshi, as well as Tanmay and entire team of Student Placement Cell. I'm really glad to see such a nice team. I think in the morning itself, I got call from Mr. I think Yash was there. Yash Thorat was there. So it really gives me pleasure when students take it as an initiative and supported by the placement team of teachers, because this is by the students for the students, and it will be successful if students show interest, right? We TPOs always keep on telling do this, do that, but unless and until you guys are ready to accept these new what we can say efforts or new changes, then only I think something can be done. And yes, I'm that you guys are thinking Joshi sir is trying to push you guys from out of that what we can say comfort zone. Comfort zone is what getting selected in one of the companies, remaining happy with that 3.54 lakhs, and then enjoying your life maybe in the IT services companies. Dear friends, our aim should be good, and I think product development companies are should be the choices of at least computer IT student, but it's not restricted to only computer IT. Many examples are there wherein students from mechanical, then even ANTC, they also have grabbed many opportunities in these companies called as who's who of the company, or we can say product based companies. Dear friends, we will see what exactly are these product development companies. So, product development companies and services companies, if we compare, then yes, we know these development companies or product based companies have their own products. For example, Microsoft has its Windows, Then Google has its maybe Gmail or YouTube or Google Map, and those are helpful to the society, to the industry, and uh, for their own products, for developing their products, for maintaining their products, they need people. And that's why the person should be really good as far as their technical skills, core skills are concerned, or even coding skills are concerned as far as product companies are concerned. If we compare it with services companies don't have their own products mainly. Some of these services companies have they are mixed kind of companies, we can say. They also have, some of them also have the maintenance contracts of other products of other companies, as well as some of the small products they do develop also. But yes, if we see the salary differences, then those are really huge, dear friends, right? So in today's session, we will step by step see what are these development companies, differences between these, then when can we start the preparations for product-based companies, how much duration is required to prepare. Then we'll see what are the important theory subjects which you should be really very good at, so that you will be at the end of the day you will be really able to crack those companies, right? Then how to study means books are better or videos. So I suggest videos are quite faster, and there is too much of material available on YouTube and many other sources, dear friends, right? And I will also discuss what are the importance of internships, maybe not only for these product companies, but in general, what are the importance of these different internships which we do during 4 years, then various rounds of selection process of these companies, and then we will also discuss about some of the websites available for preparation of these kind of companies. So dear friends, excellent environment or what you can say, flexibility of timing, work hours, this is there. Then they have good infrastructures. Apart from that, they want, see, the people which work in product based companies, they are thinkers. They want that approach should be there, right? These students should be such that they should be able to think, and for thinking, I think their mind should be free. And that's why these companies try to make employees really happy. By all means, even if you see their work culture, and even if you see their working environment where they sit, etc., so it is kind of really cool, and they should be happy. If you go to Hyderabad, there is Google's new office. They say that one floor there is this entertainment zone and pool, you can play table tennis, you can play, all the facilities are available. 2 3 floors are there for canteen and some other facilities for recreation. So they want that people should be happy, so that their thinking process really triggers always, right? And there is flexibility of working hours also. Suppose I think, okay, this is my job, as far as some service company is concerned, then probably I have to go there at say 10 o'clock and work there by say till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever is the timing, 8 9 hours or so. But in many product companies, they say this is your task. You have to do this code. You have to come up with the solution of this, and for that purpose, you can take your own time. And they generally expect that these people can do it as per their leisure. And yes, I don't say that they don't have to go to the companies, etc. But they have that flexibility. So this is the major difference. And another most important difference which you people know is salaries. For example, Microsoft pays around 40 lakhs. Goldman Sachs, sometimes they have different packages. One of the packages is up to 35, another one is 21, which one of your student Parag got. I am really happy, and I congratulate Parag for showing those guts to crack this type of company. Amazon is there with package of around 27 lakhs. Adobe around 21 lakhs. So, dear friends, these are different types of salaries which these kind of companies offer. Now we will understand what are the chances of campus recruitment of such IT based companies. So, dear friends, these kind of companies, see, their requirements are not big numbers. One major difference between again product companies and services companies is this one, that services companies work on the basis of huge manpower. They show the client that, see, we have this many lakhs of employees, and then if you give us this your work, then in that case, because of this highest number or more number of employees, we can do that work efficiently in less time, because we can employ or we can allocate this task to many of our employees, right? So that is their what we can say number game is there. But in case of core companies or product companies, they want that these people should be efficient. So instead of quantity, here they work on quality. They say that we have quality products, our people have these many achievements, they have their own apps, and our company has so many products developed because of these guys, etc. So their product or their quality matters a lot for them as compared to quantity in case of services companies, right? So that's why they when demand and supply gap is there, then there is a issue. If more demand is there in the market, then obviously there will be if there is less supply, then in that case people will get more this one more salaries or good job profiles. So dear friends, these companies, when they come for campus recruitments, many times they select 2 3 or many times zero also, right? If they generally if it is seen that where do they go, then in that case generally they go to tier 1 colleges. Which colleges we generally call at tier 1 colleges? Maybe colleges like IITs, NITs, triple ITs, or some reputed private colleges like say BITS, right? These colleges are called as tier 1 colleges, and generally because they cannot go to each, and there are 3,500 plus colleges, dear friends, right, across the country. So they cannot go to most of these colleges like service companies do, but they know that their requirement is niche. They want excellent analytical skill students, and where they can get, where the cream of the students is there. And where is the cream? We know through JE, these IITians or NITians, they get the admission, and that's why they are the cream of the available lot in their respective batches, right? So they generally go there. But is it the end of the world then? No, not at all, dear friends. There is huge scope for tier 2, tier 3, or for that matter, any other student. These companies, they also check what is the quality of students, and even if these companies are not going directly to colleges, other tier 2, tier 3 colleges, but they have not closed their doors for these students, dear friends, believe me, good number of students, very good number of big number of students, if we compare their total recruitment, they go through other routes. Maybe internship is one of the route, and off campus is one of the route. So this, through this, sometimes referrals also, right? So through these three routes, many students from non tier 1 colleges, they also go to these kind of product companies, and that's why it is not necessary that you have to be from IITs or NITs. So make it clear, your aim should be big, dear friends, right? You should go to or you should aim for these big companies, so that at least, if not 35, at least you can reach to the level where Parag could reach, right? And therefore I suggest your aim should be big. So big for this aim for these big companies, and not only aim, find out what are the solutions, which are the ways to reach to your particular goal. And for that purpose, you have to set some small term goals and some long term goals, right? So I want to go or I want to get selected in this company. So what are the needs? Go to websites, different websites, talk to people. Maybe some of your HGGS is also a very reputed college, so you can talk to your alumni. Maybe before 10 years, 15 years, these guys might have been passed, and now after working in maybe some other companies, afterwards some of them might be working in this kind of companies. So, and particularly Joshi sir, I think he has good network with these alumni, and you can take his help to reach out to the students, right? Alumni, we can say, and then try to build friendship with them. Have some good LinkedIn profile, send them requests mentioning that you are also a student of their own college, and then somehow they would be able to accept your request, and you can then start chatting with them, getting their inputs. And not only this, apart from this also, if you show the inclination, if you have good some of the good projects done, then maybe some other people working in these companies, maybe from our Maharashtra, maybe from our India, if they are working in Microsoft, Google, at US, in other parts of even India, then you can approach them, and probably they also, if they find that you are also serious guy, if they see your profile and if your profile is really having that weight, they will definitely help you out, dear friends, right? But what is the issue? We have to work that extra mile. If these colleges, tier 1 colleges, are getting these companies for campus recruitment or internship on their own to these colleges, in our case, our colleges, we have to reach to them. In the sense, students have to reach to them. They, in general, don't go to tier 2, 3 colleges. So that's why I think here the students' ability makes a lot of difference, right? Maybe you can also be thinking that whether it is open only for competitive students or this kind of companies, they consider all branch students. Dear friends, they consider all kinds of students. They can be mechanical, ENTC, or other branches also. But what they want the students with very good technical knowledge. They should be good coders, and it should be their passion to do some good coding, and that to optimize coding, right? So dear friends, I'd like to suggest, be confident. Mention or always keep in your mind that I can and I will. If you keep that kind of attitude, definitely you will succeed, dear friends, right? So keep the targets on the higher side. And by chance, see, even though you try, you prepare hard, and maybe you get opportunity, or sometimes in the worst case also, if you don't get the opportunity, then also don't worry. If you start, then otherwise, if you are prepared for companies like Microsoft and Google, other services companies, you can very easily crack. So that is also the advantage, right? Maybe other companies having 10 lakhs, 8 lakhs, 5 lakhs, very easily, then you can crack, and that will be advantage for you guys. And once you work for a year or two in such other companies, then maybe you, till that time also, you can thoroughly prepare for maybe technical skills which are mostly required, or data structures and algorithms. So if you prepare for this kind of different requirements, then definitely after a year or so, you can again apply for these companies, and then probably you can get the opportunity. Even not only this route of internship, another route is on their website. If you go to career tab, find out the options of internships and off campus internship options are there. Second year, third year, you prepare thoroughly, and in the second year itself, yeah, you can apply, right? Even first year, see, Google Summer of Code and this kind of other competitions are there. Through them also, you can apply. If you get good scores, you can go to Google, they will give you internship. Sometimes they do give opportunity directly, sometimes they give opportunities to some organizations. Open source coders are there, so they try to build some products, and with them you can work, right? So Google also helps these students as well as code contributors, and they make them come on one platform. Mentors help the students with some ideas, and then they get the problems or projects solved. So there are ample opportunities, dear friends. You just have to show that yes, you are capable of getting these different types of options, right? So now we'll see what exactly these product companies want. So dear friends, they want that, see, even in service companies, what is there? Suppose you get selected, if you are 2022 batch students, right? Then maybe in this month, next month, next couple of months, and then entire semester, probably you will get many companies on campus, and they will be services. Most of them will be services companies. They will hire in bulk, hundreds, 150, 50, 60 students, 40 students. As per the company's need, they will hire good numbers. But after your 1 year is completed, suppose you will be passing out in July or August of 22, then maybe you will get joining in October, November, December, or even in January, February, likewise, depending upon their needs and availability of the resources, right? So afterwards, you will be given training. Training will be of generally 4 months, 6 months, or likewise, right, by these services companies. And they train you for all these required technologies, soft skills, hard skills, and maybe they get some tools for you on which you have to make your hands dirty, do some coding, etc. So they get it done from you. But product companies want that you should be working on projects immediately, and that's why they don't keep their time or waste their time or invest their time so much as compared to services companies, and they want you to perform the work immediately. And this is the major difference. That's why they want what they want, the students who have done some internships, so that they might have worked on certain tools required by these industries, and they can directly start working, maybe couple of days introduction, etc., few days we can say, and then immediately they put you on work. They assign you mentor or buddy, they call it as per the company's nomenclature. And then with the help of that particular guy, you have to learn as well as perform as early as possible. So no bench period. In many services companies, there is a bench period of few months, etc. Right, friends? So that's why you have to understand this difference also, right? And in-depth knowledge, technical knowledge specifically, is the need of these companies, dear friends. Your fundamentals, your concepts should be very much clear. And above all, they want one of the skill, that is logic building capabilities, right? To each problem there might be multiple solutions, right? You can go from this point to that point by this way or this way or this way, or by even another third, fourth way. There are different ways. So every time you have to think about various options, and then you have to reach there by the optimized way with available resources. You have to reach to your goal. So that is what is called as and how to reach there. So for that purpose, that thinking, your approach is important, that logic building is important, and that is one important skills these guys or these product companies look for. And apart from that, your analytical skills, they want that it should be, those skills, analytical skills should be excellent. So these are some of the needs, dear friends. Apart from that, they want that you should have done good number of projects. Maybe you might have developed some small app, and if you put it on upload it on Play Store or whatever are the available platforms, then that is the added advantage. They want that at least 2 3 projects, good projects, you should have done. And then in your second, third, even people from good colleges, top notch colleges, they try to start working preparations even from their first year. Even there are certain schemes for girls also in these different companies, right, product companies. And that's why even services companies have that diversity requirements. So girls also get advantage in some of the cases. And after doing these projects, maybe you can work on certain industry problems or problem statements. So that for that purpose, maybe upwork.com, udacity, freelancer.com, these are some of the websites wherein some of the projects or problem statements will be given, and then you have to solve those problems. So if you show them that yes, you already have worked on certain projects, you know which database to use, you know what is the front end, back end, so accordingly they understand. If you have worked during the interviews, there are multiple rounds of interviews. Some companies conduct 3 4 5 interviews also, right? Initially they keep MCQs, maybe again on theory, as well as these what we can say, DSA, that is algorithms as well as other things. And then maybe there are certain technologies. On these technologies, they ask you questions. Some important core subjects are there. So there also you have to give some answers. Maybe some of the part will be again maybe like pseudo code. This is the code. What will be the output? So some companies have different patterns depending on that. But more or less, it will be technical one only, right? MCQs. So here, one more important thing is that suppose a company comes to one of the colleges and the students say 200, 300 students are eligible, and then because they cannot reach out to each and every student. So what is the best way to filter out? Best way to filter out is your percentage criteria. So that's why these companies want that your percentage should be good, right? Even though some of the students say 200 students appeared and they want to interview only 50 students, how they will interview? Suppose 200 appeared and 150 have cleared the test and everybody has reached their mark, maybe suppose 70%, 60% in that particular test is their cutoff. And if the 150 students have cleared, so how they will decide which students they should call for the interview? So they see that the students whose theoretical marks are good, and that's why this 8 pointer, 8.5 pointer, these are generally helping the students to go to the next level, right? So that's why make sure that your marks are consistent and you get good, maybe 7.5, 8, 9, 9.5 pointers as per your capacity. Try your level best and maintain that, right? Again, one more important thing is that contribution in open source, that is also very advantageous. For example, some students find out what are the problems or issues in few of the websites, then they give some solutions also. Those are called as patches, right? So these people are called as contributors to the open source. Open source, what exactly is the open source? You might be aware there is mostly we for watching videos etc. We use that VLC media player. Then Firefox is there. So these are some of the examples of open source. So there are different communities of programmers who want to give some products to the society because they are now at the level wherein they are excellent in programming, and due to their knowledge they want to help. But instead of making money continuously, they can also help the society. So they create such products, community of people, and these are called as contributors, right? So if you also, and it's not that tough, dear friends, there are students from tier 2, tier 3 colleges like ours also, wherein the students make it a habit to go to some of the websites, find out the source codes, then think about how to solve the bugs, and then they give the solutions also with the help of maybe some mentors, some guides, maybe somebody's, some faculties. They help them and they can solve this some of the small issues. So those are really useful, dear friends. So keep on doing this kind of things. Now, one second, please. Now, what are the basic needs? So I will tell you, these are the generalized things I told you. Apart from this, you should be excellent programmer as far as some of the language is concerned. So that language can be C, C++, Java, Python, whatnot, right? But these are 3 4 different languages from which you should be master in at least one. And preferably after going through the discussions of some of the students who have cracked and watching at some of the resources available, I came to know that C++ and Java, these are the 2 languages. Because generally when we also conduct such kind of sessions, people ask us, sir, which language we should prefer. So C++ and Java, these are the languages which you should prefer, but it's completely up to you. If you are also having some good knowledge about big data, data analytics, AI, ML, then probably Python is better for you. But in many of the companies, many projects are available on Java, and C++ is also one of the major, what we can say, language which is generally used. But yes, Python, we know it is very easy to learn. ready-made libraries are available. From those libraries, you can fetch the code and directly use it, right? But in case of C++ and Java, you have to be it's not that easy to learn. It's not too difficult also, but we can say it's these are moderate to learn, right? And Java mostly again is used for maybe web application development. Then Android for these purposes, Java is quite better. But some of the good coders, they also say that depending upon the need, they say that C++ is a bit faster, right? But yes, any one language you should master. C of course is the basic thing, because in every branch also, I think in the first year they are taught C. So you must be good at C, excellent at C, and for that purpose, even instead of books, local books, you can prefer books like say Dennis Ritchie, wherein he explains all the concepts. And some people say that, even though I'm from mechanical background, but people say that Dennis Ritchie's books is the best as far as C learning is concerned, right? So you can go ahead with these options of C++, Java. Maybe around 2 to 3 months, I think, are more than sufficient for learning this language. And then for mastering, you have to continuously update yourself and go on solving, writing codes. The more you write the code, the more you become perfect in languages, dear friends. So, and even though if you see C++, now you are good at, if you want to work on some Java project, so dear friends, 2025 or max 2025 max days are required, because syntax is somewhat different. Basic logical things or algorithms, etc. I think you know it better. It doesn't take that much of time to learn second language, but one language you should be really master of. And in most of these companies, even in services companies nowadays, they conduct the programming test. So at that time also, they give you choices. You choose the language of your own choice, and afterwards you can, in their platforms, all the languages can be compiled, and very good opportunities they give as per the student's choice. But one language you have to really master, dear friends, right? Apart from that, if we see uh, most of these companies, they want that the students profile is really strong, and for that purpose you have to continuously do internships. Internship will help you to maybe get good opportunity as far as these companies are concerned. Next point which I would like to, first I told you about languages, now I'm talking to you about most important thing for these product companies, and that is, I already said, data structures and all algorithms, dear friends. What is most important out of all these steps? First, if we go step by step, then language, learning language for 2 3 months, then maybe data structures and algorithms. Even mechanical and other branch students like ENTC, they can also see, if you want to go ahead with this kind of product companies, you cannot say I'm from mechanical, so my, even I will say I'm also a mechanical engineer. But when we see the results of aptitude tests, etc., many times mechanical students, due to their good analytical skills, are preferred, or they crack these aptitude tests and other things very easily. So that's why don't don't ignore preparation of language and these data structures and algorithms. Anybody can learn it maybe in 3 4 months, right? So 2 3 months for learning one language, then 3 4 months for learning data structures and algorithms. And I think most students, they generally, CSIT students, they are comfortable, but make civil or IT student, ENTC students, even chemical, I think you do have the branch of chemical is there. So don't get afraid of these languages or data structures and algorithms. These are the simple things. Even I'm mechanical engineer. I don't say that I'm expert in C or C, but I know C. During my graduation as well as post graduation, I learned C++ also, and I don't think it is very tough or so. So dear friends, you have to decide, and you have to understand that without programming languages you will not survive. Suppose companies like Siemens, then Dassault, which is a core mechanical company, we can say, right? Then there is company KPIT Technologies or KPIT. You might be aware about KPIT Sparkle, etc. So everywhere your programming skills will be tested in all core companies, most of the core companies also. So you cannot escape it. So why to unnecessarily say that I don't know, it will take time, whether don't be afraid of these things, dear friends, start preparing for it, right? So already you have in your FP subject fundamentals of programming in first year, as per the university's names might be different, but you know languages. So another 3 months, and I think 3 to 4 months, you will be comfortable in data structures and algorithms, because see, mechanical students compare their salaries with IT students, but they don't understand that 60-70% jobs of freshers are available in IT sector. You aim for mechanical companies, but I suggest that you please don't neglect this 60 to 70% jobs, right? Otherwise remaining 30, 25, 30% are for all remaining branches, in the sense electrical, civil, chemical, metallurgy, production, and whatnot, right? So they should not miss these opportunities. All branch students should aim for getting companies about 20, 25, 30, 35 lakhs also, right? At least keep the target. Whether it happens or not, dekhte, but at least give it a try, right? Then what they want in these data structures and algorithms, that you should know which algorithm to use, right? So when and why, which algorithms or data structures you have to use, that is most important. And they know that you should have good optimized code. Then two different terms are there: time complexity and space complexity. These are the 2-3 important things as far as the data structures and algorithms are concerned. Notations are important, and how to practice, because even in one of my sessions, for this session we are conducting for product development. Otherwise, when I conduct session for normal students, normal students in the sense, for the students to just get any kind of job, specifically services job. So at that time, I give success mantra. Success mantra is what, as per my this one thought process, I have come up with this success mantra, that 20 to 25 mock aptitude tests, right? Then 5 company specific tests for each mass recruiter, maybe TCS, Capgemini, Accenture, then Infosys, LTI or Wipro, we can say, are semi-mass recruiters, but Cognizant. So these companies, for these companies, you solve 20 to 25 papers, including I mean to say apti plus programming, because nowadays programming is also needed in these services companies, right? Pseudocode or programming test is there. So 5 company specific and this 2025, but your limitations are, you have to solve these papers, company papers, as well as 2025 mock test in given time of 1 hour only, right? That is most important, dear friends. So those students who will do it will definitely get it. Afterwards, they have to again practice for 2 mock GDs, 2 mock, I can say, interviews, 1 internship, 2 research papers, and for preparation, as I said, for this 2025 test, what is suggested by, like in the human body doctors, we can say, they say that they give some prescription. So Dr. Rawandale specification for success mantra of services companies, again 3 doses ते म्हणतात ना, एक गोळी सकाळ, दुपार, संध्याकाळ किंवा रात्र जेवणानंतर. तसं ऍप्टिट्यूड जर क्लिअर करायची असेल तर ऍप्टिट्यूड प्लस प्रोग्रामिंग, जर नॉर्मल सर्व्हिसेस कंपनीची क्लिअर करायची असेल तर सकाळी उठल्यानंतर एकदा तुम्ही एक टेस्ट, ऍप्टिट्यूड टेस्ट अँड 1 प्रोग्रामिंग टेस्ट यू हॅव टू सॉल्व. Maybe in the afternoon or evening, 1 test of apti plus programming, and in the night 1 apti and 1 programming. If you solve these 3 tests daily for 15 to 20 days, you cannot fail. You take my word, you cannot fail, even if you will, but with serious preparation and with serious attempts, you have to give this test, and whatever problems you are not able to solve, go to them after the test, after finishing that 1 hour, and practice it as if you are appearing for final company's drive. If you do it, dear friends, you cannot fail. And above going beyond that, if you give two different tests again with serious preparation, that is GATE and CAT exam. If you prepare for CAT exam very seriously, right, and if you appear thoroughly, then you cannot fail any company's this one aptitude test. Any company, I am saying, that is the level of CAT preparation. And if you prepare thoroughly for GATE, all your core subjects are covered, and then you can very easily, if the student is from Comp IT, if he prepares for GATE, then all his theoretical subjects knowledge will be very much clear, and he can clear all the technical tests of different companies, right? So this is the success mantra for services companies. Here the things are a bit different, right? Here the skills needed are different. The practice for data structures and algorithms is not at all covered in this one services companies, but it is required here. And thinking, as I said, is most important in case of this kind of companies. Now again, if we come to success mantra for product companies, as I said, what is the success mantra? Learn or master, I will say, master one language, probably C++ or Java. Then second is master data structures and algorithms. Here I will say 200 to 250 problems. There I said, what did I say? In services companies, 20 to 25 mock tests, right? Here I am saying 200 to 250 topics on these algorithms and data structures. On what are the different topics? And see, I will name some of the topics. I don't understand these topics much, but as far as my information through various sources and alumni who are working in these types of companies, they say that these are the terms like trees, strings, graphs, queues, recursion, linked list, stack and queues, dynamic programming, segment tree, bit manipulation. So these are some of the topics which are most important for this preparation, and 20 to 25 problems on each and every topic of this particular DSA. So if you really prepare thoroughly, I think you will be really fit for getting into this kind of product development companies. And again, as I said, practice only can help you out, right? So once language is done, once DSA preparation is done, then you are a bit ready. Now you have to go ahead with two different things. One, internships in some product companies, or if it is really difficult to get into, then in that case, competitive coding, right? Once competitive coding is also done and you are prepared for GATE kind of exams for different theoretical subjects. I will tell you those important theoretical subjects also. Once you prepare that also, and then last thing will be remaining, that will be like maybe you have to practice on certain problems which are asked by the panel members to the candidates who actually have cleared, or even if they have failed, but what were the questions asked. If you practice some of these questions, then I think after that you'll be completely ready, dear friends, right? So I don't think it's really, whatever things I told you, are they really difficult? I don't think at all they are different, dear friends, right? And many students, believe me, from small colleges, but if the students are well aware, then few of the students from even your SGGS, PCCE, these are good colleges, we can say. But college students from some even not so good colleges, from remote, some of them, I'm not saying many of them, but some of them who have, those who have that fire in the belly attitude, नाही मला हे करायचंच आहे, अशा ॲटिट्यूडचे जे काही मुलं असतात ते खरंच तिथं सिलेक्ट झालेले आहेत, आणि त्यांनी इझिली म्हणजे खूप इझिली नाही पण बऱ्यापैकी इझिली त्यांनी ते जॉब्स मिळवलेले आहेत. का? दे आर कमिटेड. सो यू हॅव टू बी कमिटेड. इफ यू वॉन्ट सक्सेस, you have to work hard. And how many months I said? 2-3 months for language, one language, mastering one language, 3-4 months maybe for data structures and algorithms, competitive coding, that is on, maybe I will tell you, HackerRank, HackerEarth, like Codeshop like websites. Competitive coding means there will be some problems given, some contests are there on these websites. You have to go and solve and keep on increasing your marks. There's some websites give you marks, Some websites give you ratings, maybe 1 star, 2 star, 5 star, 7 star. This kind of ratings are given. So you have to focus on that preparation and go on improving your ratings. And afterwards, one internship, maybe in some some medium or medium level product companies, or if you are getting top kind of top level or reputed product companies, then many of the PPOs, sorry, internships are converted into pre-placement offers also, right? So those opportunities are also there for you guys. And live projects, 2 3 live projects, maybe two may be sufficient, but those should be really live projects, not copy paste. Forget about control C control V. Those students who are aiming for some good companies, they should never indulge themselves in any of the control C control V kind of stuff, never. And that is always, not only for getting selected in companies, in life always remember, dear friends, you have to be ethical. If you go on a, say, maybe if you want to really become successful and with happiness, you want to sleep with satisfaction, then shortcuts are not at all, dear friends, advisable. Never try. Fail once, twice, thrice, but don't use shortcuts, dear friends, right? So so this you have to do. We talked about competitive coding, and then next is maybe again, as I said, internships, as well as maybe Google Summer of Code. I will talk about it also separately. This is also one good competition wherein you can get good exposure. Yes, preparation is required, and you can earn handsome amount also. Maybe earlier it was around $5,000, then it was reduced to say $3,500, and nowadays I think it has further been reduced. But yes, they want to give those lakhs of rupees or 1.5 lakhs rupees to many people, and that's why they have reduced it so that it can reach to more number of students. They want to encourage this kind of environment, right? So that kind of internship or working on live projects. And then, as I said before, the companies come for the and then theory subjects, I said core subjects, and then at the end some finishing touch or brush up sessions to cover your entire thing and practicing some of the previously asked questions. If you do these things, dear friends, I don't think it's tough. I don't say it's so easy, otherwise everybody would have got. But it is very much possible, very much possible. I'm not saying it is difficult, but it may be. I'm not saying maybe. It can be done. It can be done, and by ordinary students it can be cracked if they do all these steps or all these whatever I have explained. If you do it, dear friends, it's quite possible. Again and again, purposely I am repeating some of the important things, because I know that's the crux of this particular companies, right? So again, I'll come back and tell you in detail about internships. So internships give you really good hands-on experience working on live projects. And if you get the internship in this kind of product companies, which are your dreams, like Microsoft, Google, or maybe Amazon, or Goldman Sachs. So if you go there, then 80% of the battle is won there itself. So by hook or by crook, if you really enter for internships in these companies, you really will, you are almost done there. And getting directly through this route of internship is quite easy. This is, we can say, backdoor entry, right? So dear friends, please try for it. And for this purpose, it's not that um, it's tomorrow and you are now becoming ready, or it's after 15 days and you can prepare before 15 days like your services company. It's not possible, dear friend. You have to prepare in advance, at least 1 year, I will say, because you came to know that which are the steps. And for all these things, 1.5 years is required. So if you want to get selected there as interns, then 1 year in advance you have to prepare, minimum 1 year in advance. Or it is good if you start right from the, there might be some students from second third year, so I would like to suggest them, start now, dear friends. Don't wait for anybody. Enough of enjoyment. If you really work hard in these 2 years, dear friends, your life will be completely different. very hi-fi life also you can live. You can earn enough money, you can get the things which you aim for in your life if you really work hard in this 2 3 years. Otherwise, second option, enjoy now. Maybe Netflix, maybe your other Facebook, WhatsApp, and then waste your time. And then for 40 years, you have to, during your, till you maybe you become graduate at say 22, 23, graduation or post graduation, and then you work till say 60 years, right? So around 40 years span is there. So whether to work hard for 2 3 years and enjoy the fruits for 40 years, or second option is also with you, the vice versa. So it's your choice, dear friends. I suggest work hard now and enjoy the life. Right? So now one more thing I would like to suggest here is Google Summer of Code, right? So what they do, they follow certain, for this purpose you have to follow some specific functionalities, you have to add something, right? You have to write proposals for this Google Summer of Code. You will get some mentors, teachers, and then in the second year itself, second or third year, you can do this summer GSOC, it is generally called as, you can go for. Then there is one more option. What is that option? IITs, IIScs, NITs, these professors from these some of the reputed institutes, they conduct some summer internships. They conduct some boot camps or likewise. So please make your good profile on LinkedIn, approach them, right? Maybe some good CV with good live projects or some good internships in some companies, and then you apply to these guides, right? Some excellent professors from different computer IT or other professors who are, we can say, are known IIT professors, and they are quite helpful. I can understand everybody cannot give you the opportunity, but if you show that you are really working hard, you have already done some work, you know these are some of the ideas you have, and if you put it properly in terms of proposals, many of the professors guide you. Join their summer camps, join their boot camps of, again I am saying, IITs and IISc kind of colleges. Go to websites of product companies, and then career bit is there, career tab is there, and there you find out internships. All these companies, you go to any product top company and you find it, and then you apply for it, see the timelines, and then accordingly as per your colleges, this one, and many of the colleges, if the companies are top notch companies, they are allowing the students to go and do the internships, right? Apart from that, there are another opportunities. If by chance you don't get these top companies for internships, startups by IITians or IM people. So many of the IIT people or these guys have their own startups, maybe in say Bangalore. Most of them are in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, sometimes in Pune, Mumbai also. So find out which are good startups, and see, even though sometimes they don't pay you a handsome stipend, or even they don't pay stipend, go there and work, because you will get good exposure and good technologies you can make your hands dirty with, right? If you work on this during maybe your summer or winter vacations for 2 3 4 months, even if for 6 months, don't worry, dear friends. Invest those 2 3 4 months twice, thrice. If you do these kind of internships, you will really get its fruits for getting selected in this type of companies, right? In tier one colleges like IITs, NITs, these companies, product companies, see now here those guys are at advantageous positions, because in third year itself, these all these top companies go there. See, because they don't want to try you only in those aptitude and programming tests, and then 1 or 2 rounds of interviews. So if they are paying thousand, see packages, 10 15 times, sometimes 5 times 10 times more packages, higher salaries are there for these different companies, and that's why they also want that the guy or girl which they are recruiting are of the really good quality, and that's why they will see you for those 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. Generally 6 months internships, these good companies provide. So in these 6 months, They observe you. What is your level, technical level, maybe other skills, maybe your approach, thinking, right? Solving the problems, critical thinking, analytical skills. They observe you throughout. Whether you are really suitable, comfortable for them, then they probably give you PPOs also, right? So that's why please go ahead with internship. And some internships are available in the second year also. Some special opportunities, as I said, are given by, I forgot the names of those 2 3 contests, but Microsoft, Adobe has one contest for only women, right? Girls, for girls only. These opportunities are there. There are many opportunities for boys also, but especially also to cover their diversity ratio, they have some of these different opportunities. So please try to utilize it. Now I will talk about some of the open source projects. See, there might be different technologies, or some students like say databases, some students like operating systems, some of them like say cloud computing or compilers. So maybe if you are interested in operating systems, then you can do or contribute your own work through maybe some coding in operating systems. If you see Linux, cloud computing, the open source, we can see Hadoop, computer networks. If you are interested in, then Wireshark is there. Wireshark. Then if you are interested into compilers, then Lance is the project, open source project. So these are some of the examples of these different open source projects wherein you can contribute. Maybe see, it will take some time, but if you start work initially, any work is difficult. Initially, everything, any change, any new concept is difficult. So don't lose those what we can say, um, uh, don't lose that enthusiasm, don't miss that enthusiasm. Keep trying once, twice. Initially, looking at those algorithm structure, you may feel that अरे यार boss ये अपने से नहीं होगा. शुरू में लगता है दोस्तों, but if you really try working on second, third, fourth time, everything is possible. Everything is possible, dear friends, right? Now I will talk in detail about Google Summer of Code, that is GSOC. So, dear friends, these people, as I said, try to connect or give the platforms to some of the organizations who are, as an organization, group of some coders, contributors who wants to work on certain projects, and they also need manpower, and then manpower is a student, right? So any student, he may not be from mechanical, CSIT, he can be from mechanical, civil, ENTC, chemical, any branch. He should have those guts and should have done some things, right? So they give them platform to work on such projects, and it is for society. It is not only for Google, it is for society. Anybody can use it, right? And then they pay handsome stipend of, earlier it used to be, as I said, $5,000 plus. Now at least in rupees we can say 1.5 lakh stipend they do give for these different months, right? But timelines are given. For example, can I share the screen? Yes, or Tanmay? Hello, hello, Tanmay.
Yes, sir. There will
Yes,
be
sir.
option
Yes,
of
sir.
share.
झोपले नाहीत ना? बोर
No,
झालं का
sir.
बेटा? नाही ना? सांगा, बोर झालं का सांगा, आपण थांबूया जेव्हाही वाटेल तेव्हा. कारण TPOs एकदा बोलायला लागले की बोलतच असतात. सेकंड प्लीज.
True, sir. True.
स्क्रीन दिसतोय जोशी सर?
Sorry. Yes, yes.
The full program timeline, can you see?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, dear friends, this is the Google Summer of Code website. Here you can see organizations. So, as I said, different organizations are there which are chosen by Google, and they give those organizations how to apply. That I'm a group of say I'm an organization having many coders with me, and I want to participate. So Google doesn't directly give that work to the students; they give it to these organizations. These organizations apply. Then Google go through their details, some of the applications they have to make in their own formats, what work and etc. etc. They apply, these organizations apply. Google select some of them, and we have to apply. The students have to apply to one of these organizations. So you can see organizations, some projects of last year's will be given. So if you see, this is 2021 coding competition, some Google Summer of Code. So these are some people. See, you can see from there, from where to which organization they belong. This simply, etc. So these are some of the. Sometimes those are projects. See, many projects are given. Some winners are announced. So that is a proper timeline. Projects they do give. You have to meet the mentors online. You will interact with them. They might be from across the world, right? So if we see timeline, can you see organization application open? This was for 2021 Google Summer of Code. So January 29 was the application date for organizations. Organization application deadline was February 19. Then organization announced which organizations are selected March 9, right? And then student application start. So student application period is from March, see, 29th March to 13th of April. So everybody will be ready. The students who are excellent coders from these top-notch colleges, they know it. Our students, they don't, many of them don't know, right? I don't say everybody is not aware, but many of them are not aware. So they have to look at these options. This is one of the best option. Application review period. So whoever have applied, students have applied. So from April 13 to May. So 1 month generally all these applications of students are assessed. Then students projects are announced. Okay, now these people have announced for applied for this organization. So this student and this organization, their project is accepted. So likewise that announcement is there. Community bonding means this period of say May 17th to June 7, for what purpose it was given? So that mentor will interact with that student, whoever, and they will discuss. So now this is the project we have to do, and this is the timeline. So you will do what? That mentor will ask you. So you will suggest, okay, sir, I will do this. For first 1 or 2 weeks, I will do this. Second week, I will do this. Likewise, you will decide. And some of the high level coders as well as mentors, they go ahead during this bonding period also, they start working on it, right? So it becomes very easy for them. They go ahead as compared to other teams, right? Then coding starts from June 7 to August 16. म्हणजे आताच मला वाटतंय टाइमलाईन आता संपली त्यांची कोडिंग आणि आता इव्हॅल्युएशन होईल जुलै 12 ते जुलै पासूनच जसं जसं ते सबमिट करत जातात त्यानंतर काही वेळा त्यांचे इव्हॅल्युएशन्स होतात. इव्हॅल्युएशन, पहिलं इव्हॅल्युएशन, दुसरं इव्हॅल्युएशन आहे बघा इथे यू कॅन सी July 12 to 16 was one evaluation. Then student finally submit the code and final evaluations are done between August 16. आता म्हणजे या फेज मध्ये चाललंय 2021 बॅचचं. But we were not aware. So anyways, don't worry. Next time you can participate seriously. Mentors submit final evaluations between say August 20 to 13 आणि रिझल्ट 31 तारखेला गुगल समर ऑफ कोडचा रिझल्ट येईल आणि ज्या स्टुडंट्सला त्याच्यातून मग सक्सेसफुल होतील त्यांना त्या पेमेंट्स भरपूर चांगल्या अपॉर्च्युनिटीज मिळतात, त्यानंतर सर्टिफिकेशन मिळतं. अँड दिस स्टुडंट्स आर really the winners we can say, because in the sense most of them they get final internship into Google also. And as I said, 70-80% chances, 90% sometimes chances are there that if the student is excellent, he or she will definitely get selected because the preparation level which they do is of that quality, right? So this was the thing which I wanted to share as far as Google Summer of Code is concerned, right? So going ahead, we will also see now when to start, right? Steps, now you major steps, you have to learn language. How much duration it takes? 2-3 months. When you can start? Right from year 1. So Doshi sir, these are the senior students, but I suggest you, even I am trying, we are also not that successful, but students should start as early as possible. It is said that catch them young. So same 1, 2, whatever is possible, start as early as possible. Data structures and algorithms for 3, 4 months in semester 2. Competitive coding in the entire semester 3rd and 4th, and internship in maybe 4th, 5th or 6th semester, because generally we go ahead with internships in the 7th and 8th, but some companies go ahead in the 5th and 6th semester also nowadays. Only these top companies, because they want to see people for 6 months or 1 year also. Now, I will go ahead with one more important step, that is competitive coding. So what is this competitive coding? As I already said, beta, there are different websites like HackerRank, HackerEarth, Geek for Geeks. Geek for Geeks is the most important website. And on this website also many questions are given, again contests are given. Codeforce is one of the platform. And one more important, as I already said, is CodeChef, and another one is Top Coder. So these are some of the websites. I said I will tell you about some websites also. So these are some of the websites. Again, I am repeating: CodeChef, HackerRank, HackerEarth, Geek for Geeks, Codeforce, Top Coder. These are some. You might find some more, but these are the websites or platforms wherein you can get good coding examples or problems. Topic wise, on each topic questions are available on these different websites, and marks or star ratings are given, as I already said. Now, as I have already explained, your subjects. 1 second, I think the light is not sufficient. I will just switch on the light. Give me a second, please. So now, dear friends, some concepts or important theory subjects. I hope I am audible. Tanmay Joshi sir? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will share my screen only if possible. 1 second. Is the screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Can you see important theory subjects?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So operating systems, right? In that also deadlocks, etc. Some terms are there. I'm also not aware about many of them, but these are some of the things. OOPS concept are important. Then after operating systems, networking is important. DBMS. In DBMS, again, what are the probable things? There are many things probably, but queries are important, and these queries can be learned in 3 to 4 days also. It's not that tough, dear friends. I think W3 schools, some website, etc. is there. I'm also not aware, but this is what I got the information. Normalization in DBMS is important. Then testing. And apart from that, one very important topic is there or subject is there, that is system design. So system design, in that maybe for example, what is system design? For example, how Facebook works when millions of users are there, and how you can handle maybe they are posting videos, then images, text, whatnot, every person, and there are crores of people who are using Facebook or Twitter. So how, when we tweet, how in the background the things happen, what is the structure? So that system design, I also am not being from mechanical background, but these are the 4 or 5 important subjects. Once again I am highlighting: operating system, networking, OOPS concept, DBMS, system design, and at the end testing. These are some very important, and these topics, they say that other branch students can also easily understand if they want to crack, and it's not at all tough, they say. As I said, DBMS, they have mentioned 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days are more than sufficient to understand DBMS basic concepts, and they want basic concepts only, right? In the depth, if you want to go, you can go, but these days are sufficient. And these subjects can be learned by other branch students also. And if 100 companies, see, yes, again one more important thing: if 100 companies are coming for CSIT, then approximately 50-60 companies will also allow ENTC branch students being one of the circuit branch, right? But only 10 to 15 companies will at that time say IT companies, especially these kind of product companies. When 100 product companies are coming, only 10 to 15 of them will say, okay, other branch students are also allowed. So that's why what did I mean by saying so? That they will also get the opportunities, but then they have to work bit harder, right? 5 to 6 times 15 मेक आणि सिव्हिलच्या माणसाला मिळत आहेत ENTCला मिळत आहे तर 100 CSITच्या माणसाला मिळत आहेत प्रोडक्ट कंपनीज अप्रेंटिस सॉरी इंटर्नशिप असो किंवा फायनल प्लेसमेंट असो त्यामुळे त्यांचं प्रिपरेशन यांच्यापेक्षा 5-6 पटीने जास्त पाहिजे. Final touch-up. So what we have to do in this final touch-up, now everything you have done, theory, then language, then data structure algorithms, all those stuff you have already done. Good preparation of GATE exam for these core subjects you have done. So now before the campus recruitment drive of these companies, what you have to do, brush up all the basics, right? This is, we can call it as brush up or end game, we call it as. So practice and practice of all these things. That is most important. Interview Bit is the best website. They say that which gives you this kind of questions which are generally asked by these product companies. Then previous questions are also available on some of the websites. These are like Lead Code. This is free website. Then you can see next two websites. Those are Pram, which is a paid website, and Career Cup. This is another website. So these are four important websites. Which are those? Interview Bit, Lead Code, Pram, and Career Cup. So these are good websites. You can follow and get the questions and solve it on your own. Directly don't go to answers. Even Quora, I think, might be giving you some of the tips, or some experts can probably they give the answers on Quora also. So that also you can see. But these are preferred by people who try to, and Geek for Geek, as I already said, for languages and other stuff. So interview experience, go to YouTube and other sources and see what are the interview experiences of other selected. You can type interview sharing or experience sharing by Amazon Select, Microsoft Select, or Google Select, Facebook Select, and then you will understand what were the question asked, how they answered, and they will also tell whether they got selected, or even you can see some failed stories also. Failing stories, they teach a lot. Then they will tell you don't go by this way. Successful people will take go by this way, but even these failed students, they will tell you don't go by this way. So that is also one good option, dear friends, and work seriously on some past some previous questions. Now if we are prepared thoroughly, what is the selection process? Now suppose you applied through off campus route, or maybe through internship and final interview is there, then in that case this will be, and if even though we are from tier 2 colleges, but tier 1 colleges who are really getting this company, generally what is the selection process? PPT, then MCQs are mostly dependent, it's not aptitude generally, those are theory, or the concepts I told, which subjects, and then theory, as well as language output, error, what is the error, what is the output. So this kind of questions on languages will be there, and theory concepts will be there. Questions will be again technical questions only, right? Then there will be coding round, and then there will be technical interviews. Technical interviews can be multiple, 2, 3, 4 different types of interview rounds can be conducted depending upon the students' answers, as well as depending upon the patterns or policy of that company. And finally, HR interview will be there, that no need to explain in detail. So dear friends, I think this was what I wanted to tell all of you. I will just go through. I am now going through diverse ways. So if you want, you can just see these theory concepts, then importance of marks, as I already told. Then competitive coding, CodeShare, HackerRank, HackerEarth, Geek for Geeks, CodeForce, Clockcoder. Then language, when to start preparation for language, and how much time you should give. Then Google Summer of Code, as I already explained, it connects the students and coders. 350 days earlier it was, now it is hardly 150 days. Timelines are given, organizations, mentors, contributors, certificate is given, and around 1 lakh or more stipend is given. Evaluation is done, and then finally it is announced. Open source projects, I said, where you can contribute, right? Linux, Hadoop, Wireshark, and plans, right? Internships you have to do in some good product companies if it is possible. Then hands-on experience, then internships with IITs and ISC professors or startups that will help you. 2 to 3 internships you have to do, right? Then the importance of data structures, right? Which are the data structures and algorithms? And as I said, solve around 200 to 250 problems on different topics. And these are some of the topics, 2025 problems you have to solve on each of these topics. Data structure, as I said, is the most important part, right? Different approaches, logic, and analytical skills are needed. Time complexity and space complexity is most important, and you should know when and how to apply different data structures and algorithms. Duration for learning language, as I said, 2 to 3 months, and in next 20 to 25 days, you can learn any new language. As I said, C++ and Java are the better options. And some of the coders, they recommend C++ for faster coding than Java in maybe competitive coding, means you know that at a rank kind of competitions. What they do want, so they want contributors, an open source, latest technologies. You should know at least some know-how, and 2 3 projects you have to solve. Upload it on different websites as well as apps on the Play Store, right? What companies want: excellent analytical skills, logic building, and buddies or mentors are given. So they want you to perform immediately after joining. Chances of campus recruitment in tier 1 and tier 2, 3 companies, which we already discussed. So as I said, um, please keep the targets, big targets or big goals should be there. Find out which companies you want to work with and keep it as your role model or best company, not role model, but I can say target company, and then only you will start working for it. So these are some of the salaries of top-notch companies. What are the differences we already saw between product and these other companies? That's it, dear friends. Thank you so much for listening to me, and it was pleasure talking to you. Maybe my contact details. I had one slide. Whether I 1 second. Yes, these are my contact details. If you want to get in touch, yes, we also provide many off-campus opportunities to students from across. Through Maharashtra Association of TPOs, also we have provided. I think your students might be, some of your college students might be participating in an academy course, which is free of cost for around 30-35 hours. That is going on, and from 15th of August we have started it. Similarly, we conduct at our college also PCET Nutan Group at Central Placement Cell. Every year we conduct, as I said, 300, 350 companies drives, and out of them around 80 to 100 are open for all. So by chance, those students who will not get through in the regular campus drives, we can help them out. You can follow me on these different Facebook, LinkedIn, or Telegram channels, so that you can get the advantage and you can participate in these different recruitment drives. So thank you so much, Joshi sir, for the opportunity given to interact. Even though it was a one-way interaction, but still I think I got this opportunity. Thanks, Yash and Tanmay, for hosting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your motivational talk, and also for being an example of inspiration and motivation for all of us. We gained a lot about importance of analytical skills, logic building, and programming skills, and also about lot of valuable subjects that are required for product-based companies. We certainly believe that many of us have been inspired by you today. Thank you, sir. And now I would like to ask the individuals to ask any queries or questions that they might have in the chat box.
Thank you, Rawandale sir. I was searching from last 1 year the expert in this area who can motivate our student for product-based companies. You are the perfect choice. I think we should arrange more sessions for second year students, sir.
My pleasure. Yes, yes. We have to catch them young actually. From first or second year we can start. But still, dear friends, those who are in the final year, see, you prepare for GATE, give GATE exam, and then again, as I said, this season is over 2021. But for 2022, and even if you will be getting selected in other companies, you can still apply, right? Um, you can go to their career page and then you can go for internships. If your preparation is really good, your hacker rank, hacker codeship rating is good, probably you will get opportunity. And while working in different other services companies, maybe for 1 or 2 years or even 1 year, you parallelly don't get satisfied there. So you keep on preparations as far as this product companies are concerned, and then maybe after 6 months, 1 year, you become ready in the same similar steps. I mentioned the steps also, and probably you will get another opportunity of getting into through lateral route. Lateral hiring is also done. So at that time, you will be matured enough and you will be experienced candidate. So that route also you can go ahead with, their friends.
Sir, there are few questions from students side. Yes, can you read out the questions so that sir will respond?
Sanju Patil is asking, sir, please share list of coding practice and practice making website. But as I said, CodeChef, HackerRank, HackerEarth, Lead Code, Geek for Geeks, these are some, but especially three, CodeChef, then HackerRank and HackerEarth are the best. I think you start with this, and then once you become part of this, you will also try to see which are other students. Then they have their LinkedIn groups, other groups are also, so you join these communities, and then again as per your depth, these people will also entertain you what to do, what not to do, and then you will, once you are becoming part of that community, everything will be very much easy for you. I hope I answered dear Sanju beta. Then CP or projects, web development for tier 2 colleges. But as I said, it depends upon company to company. Some project, as I said, as per the need, it can be different. But you have to again get into details, and then probably some of the people, your alumni, and some of the people working in these companies probably will be in a better position to let you know. But as I said, languages, I talked to few of the people and they say that CPP is good, and Java is CPP or Java. These are the better options as compared to Python. They say that it's very easy to learn because everything is available. You can pull the code and you can just, but it doesn't build your logic. So logic building is more important. Sandeep.
Shall I read the question for you?
Yeah, please, please.
Sir, the question is from Yash. He wanted to ask, what is your opinion about attending one-day workshops or short webinars on a complex technical topics like AI, ML, etc. without hands-on? Are they really useful for future?
I think yes. Anything which you hear properly, at least some inputs will be given to you. फुल ना फुलाची पाकळी कुठेतरी आपली सुरुवात होते. And sometimes what happens, some of the speakers trigger your thoughts. These are the things, AIML, what is the use, right? Which are the companies which are using it? What is the future of AIML? Say millions of jobs are available. Some people can tell you in exact numbers. In India, how many jobs will be available till 2025 in AIML? Then how to prepare for AIML, right? Like I'm not right now. Am I a technical person? No, I'm from mechanical background. and I just have this kind of knowledge through maybe some sources, some information. So some people may give you some good advice, they can give you direction. Now I told you some 4 or 5 websites, some 4 or 5 topics or subjects which are important, right? And then maybe Google some more of code. So these are some of the things which I shared with you. These people probably can let you know that okay, this is really the time when to start. And if you are at this level, maybe if you divide it into 4 or 5 steps, you are at fourth step. So what you should do now? If you are ready almost at the fifth step, then what? So depending upon the resource person's uh, what you can say information and all that, you can get good guidelines. So it is always helpful. It is always helpful. But just find out what kind of workshop it is and you are interested in what. Some of you are self what you can say independent. So those independent people can just understand what are the things, they will go to those websites and they will follow the path. So that is also more than sufficient. And some people will need kind of spoon feeding. So for them, maybe boot camps or maybe some lectures, continuous lecture series we can see, as we can say, or maybe on Coursera, on NTP. These websites also give an academy is there, then upgrade is there. So on these websites also you will get some of the courses which are some courses are free, some courses are paid. So those courses for spoon feeding are also sufficient. And if you come to maybe say cities like Mumbai or Pune, wherein some separate classes, coaching classes or training courses for these particular technologies are going on, and some really good industry people who work in some companies, maybe in Hinjawadi in Pune or maybe in some other cities, they probably also go on Saturday, Sunday and teach some of the students. In your city might be there are some people, and nowadays no need to go physically there for the classes also, because everything is online. So you can take that advantage, dear friends. So whether it's a single day camp or a long 30-40 hours course, something is always there to get better. So keep on attending.
So we have one more question from Prerna. She says, Sir, I am from Samil background, third year. What is your tip while preparing for product-based companies?
Prerna, but as I said, yes, you are in the third year, you still have 1 year to go, right? As I said, if you are really determined and if you are committed, no, I will put efforts. Um, I'm also from mechanical, you are from civil. So we guys have to work a lot as compared to computer IT guys, right? But there is no restriction, there is no limitation. Just go ahead, right? You can aim for these companies which might be from computer IT background, but these are quite possible. I said 6 months are more than sufficient. 6 months. If you are really, आणि मला माहिती आहे, मी स्वतः पण धुळ्यासारख्या एका सिटी मधून आहे. त्यातल्या त्यात आपले लोक ज्यांना खूप मोठ्या बॅकग्राऊंड मधून आपण येत नाही, शहरी बॅकग्राऊंड म्हणा किंवा त्याला तुम्ही कुठल्याही टर्म्स मध्ये घेऊ शकता, पण त्या लोकांची हार्डवर्क करण्याची क्षमता आणि इच्छाशक्ती ही प्रचंड प्रबळ असते, असं माझं तरी स्वतःचं मत आहे. आणि त्यामुळे आपल्याला हार्डशिप्सला आपण कमी पडत नाही. आपण कुठे कमी पडतो? कम्युनिकेशन, त्यांच्यापर्यंत रीच होणं. आपण मी विचारू की नाही, हा एक एक्सपर्ट आहे गुगल मधला, मग त्याला खरंच मी सेंड केलं समजा याच्यावर लिंक्डइन वर रिक्वेस्ट पाठवली तर तो ऍक्सेप्ट करा ना, ट्राय करायचा. आणि हे खूप कठीण नाहीये. आपल्याकडचे मला माहिती आहे, नाशिकचे 2 मुलं झाले होते 1 का 1.5 वर्षापूर्वी. एकदा एका साध्या छोट्या कॉलेज मधले मुलं, आता अग्रसेन कॉलेज एक कुठेतरी आणखी मला माहित नाही, मी एका मुलाचा इंटरव्ह्यू बघितला होता. अग्रसेन नावाचं मी कुठं ऐकलं नव्हतं. त्या कॉलेजमधून तो होता, पण त्याने खूप मेहनत केली होती. आणि मला आता वेळ नव्हता, नाही तर मी तुम्हाला ते हे पण दाखवले असते. त्याच्यातले काही स्क्रीनशॉट्स की कशा पद्धतीने गुगल समोर कोडला अप्लाय करायचं, त्याच्यानंतर ते क्युरी पूल करणं, नंतर ते कॉन्ट्रीब्युशनच्या त्यांच्या प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट कसं करणं, कुठल्या इश्यूवर काम करायचं आपल्याला. तर हे सगळं बिलकुल कठीण नाही आणि आजच्या काळात ऑनलाईनच्या युगात तर बिलकुल अशक्य नाहीये. सो आय थिंक प्रेरणा बेटा, यू कॅन गो अहेड. डोंट वरी व्हॉट इज युअर बॅकग्राऊंड, सिव्हिल और मेकॅनिकल. इट डझंट मॅटर. युअर attitude, your passion, it matters a lot. I think you are you are quite confident, or you are quite enthusiastic, at least as of now. So please go ahead, work for 5-6 months, very and I will say daily 2 hours, daily 1 or 2 hours. If you do it, it is not at all difficult, not at all difficult, I'm saying. I hope I answered your question, Prerna beta.
So there is one more question from Priyanka. She says, while giving test, we got a lot of problems. How to face these type of issues?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
While
Which
giving test, we
giving
got
test. Okay. Acha,
yes.
yes, this is one really difficult situation for you guys, especially those who are from rural backgrounds, because there they don't get enough bandwidth, right? So I suggest try from laptops, or what they call it as म्हणजे जर का वायफाय शक्य नसेल, सॉरी, शक्य असेल तर वायर्ड नेटवर्क जे असतं ते यूज करा, आणि मोबाईल तर बिलकुल यूज करू नका. मेनी टाइम्स मोबाईल, इफ सम फोन कॉल कम्स, then it's a problem. So if you are facing that problem, please go to the place. Even in one home, at our home there are different rooms. In one of the rooms, if it is not signal is not clear as far as Wi-Fi is concerned, you go to another room. And I will suggest have second option, standby internet connection must be there. 10 वाजता टेस्ट आहे, 9-9:30ला आदल्या रात्री पण टेस्ट करा, होतंय की नाही, स्पीड व्यवस्थित आहे की नाही, काही बग्स तर नाहीये. ठीक आहे, अँटीव्हायरस वापरा. त्यानंतर सगळ्यात महत्वाचं म्हणजे तुमचं जे इंटरनेटचं कनेक्शन असतं, काही वेळा थोडासा हलतो माणूस आणि ते कनेक्शन थोडंसं लूज होतं, त्यामुळे सुद्धा कनेक्शन लॉस होतं. काही लोक असं म्हणतात की हा कट झाला आणि काहीतरी कॉपी करून मग नंतर बघितलं आन्सर्स, त्यामुळे आपलं कनेक्शन, आता त्याला काही पर्याय नाहीये. कंपनीला, तुम्ही कॉलेजमध्ये असतात ना, आम्ही सांगू शकतो ठामपणे की अरे नाही सर, तो मुलगा किंवा ती मुलगी आमच्या समोरच होते आणि तिचं खरंच कनेक्शन लूज झालं होतं किंवा कनेक्शन गेलं होतं, त्यामुळे प्रॉब्लेम आला. पण इथं आता आम्हाला जोशी सरांना माहिती आहे समजा की Priyanka is a sincere student. She has done everything on her own, and she is a very hardworking student. She will not do any malpractice. But how he will prove, right? So there is no alternative. So you have to take care of your own network particularly, right? And if possible, inverter. छोटे छोटे इन्व्हर्टर असतात 1800-2000 रुपयाचे. जर शक्य असेल तर ते एक इन्व्हर्टर घ्या. एक वायफाय, किंवा पहिल्यांदा तुम्ही सजेस्ट करेल लँडलाईन, किंवा सॉरी काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला, वायर्ड नेटवर्क कनेक्शन असेल तर ठीक, नाहीतर वायफाय पण आजकाल चांगले 100-150 MBPS चे पण वायफाय आहेत. आणि कुठल्याही परिस्थितीत विंडोज स्विचिंग करू नका. Softwares are smart enough to understand what you are doing, right? Whether you are opening other window, whether someone is prompting you बाजूला बसून, आता इथे जरी बसलेला माणूसच आहे, पण माझ्या आय कॉन्टॅक्ट किंवा या पोझिशन्स वरून, किंवा मी इथं कुठे समोर माझ्या स्क्रीनच्या खाली जर मोबाईल ठेवला आणि तिथं चेक करतोय का, तर अशा काही त्यांनी अल्गोरिदम्स डेव्हलप केलेत की दे आर स्मार्ट इनफ. आणि तुमचं पॉवर गेलं किंवा इतर काय जेन्युइन रिजन असेल तर ते त्यांना लगेच कळवा. त्यांचे काही नंबर्स दिलेले असतात किंवा काही ईमेल्स दिलेले असतात, त्याच्यावर लगेच कळवा. लगेच जर कळवलं, स्वतःहून कळवलं, तर त्यांना समजतं. अदरवाईज दे थिंक दॅट इट कॅन बी माल प्रॅक्टिस. आणि 2 किंवा 3 वॉर्निंग्स काही सॉफ्टवेअर देतात, आणि त्यानंतर मात्र तिसऱ्यांदा ते डायरेक्ट तुम्हाला, कदाचित तुम्ही सबमिट पण करतात पण ते तुम्हाला कन्सिडरच करत नाही. असे पण अल्गोरिदम्स त्यांनी काही बनवून ठेवलेले आहेत. म्हणजे वाद घालत बसण्यापेक्षा, की कॅन्डिडेट म्हणेल नाही माझं कनेक्शनच गेलं होतं, कंपनीचे लोक म्हणतील नाही तुम्ही काहीतरी कॉपीज करत होता, याच्यापेक्षा ते त्या अल्गोरिदमनुसार ते त्यांना साईडलाईन करून देतात. त्यामुळे बिलकुल पण, आणि Ctrl+C Ctrl+V वापरूच नका मित्रांनो. कष्टाची आपली भाकरी पण सफिशियंट आहे. काय आपल्याला गुलाबजाम आणि श्रीखंड नाही मिळालं तरी चालेल, आपल्या कष्टाची भाकरी पण सफिशियंट आहे, कारण लॉंग टर्म मध्ये ती आपल्याला कामात येणार. त्यामुळे थोडंसंही माल प्रॅक्टिस करू नका, थोडीशी नाही. आय होप आय आन्सर्ड.
आणि त्याच्यात महत्वाचं म्हणजे कंपनीने दिलेले इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स मुलं वाचत नाहीत.
करेक्ट.
मागे
येस
एक
सर.
क्वेरी होती, विंडोज मध्ये द्यायचं तो उबंटू वर देत होता, त्याच्यामुळे
अच्छा.
अशा इश्यू.
करेक्ट. आणि त्यातल्या त्यात सर विंडोज स्विचचा काउंट खूप फ्रिक्वेंटली, जवळपास सगळंच सॉफ्टवेअर काउंट करता येतो. त्यामुळे विंडोज दुसरी विंडो ओपन करायचीच नाही, कुठल्याच परिस्थितीत नाही. नाही तर काही वेळा काय होतं, तुम्ही ते ईमेल ओपन केलेला असतो लिंकसाठी, एकदा तो ओपन केला का तो तसाच ठेवा आणि मग एकदा टेस्ट चालू झाली का त्या विंडोलाही तशीच ठेवा. म्हणजे तुम्ही काही वेळाने इमानदारीत अरे मी बंद करतो ती ईमेलची विंडो, तसंही काही करू नका. एकदा तुमची टेस्ट चालू झाली ना, तीच विंडो तुम्ही कंटिन्यू ठेवा शेवटपर्यंत.
चला, थँक्यू सर. 6:45 झाले, तुम्हाला घरी जायचंय आता.
चलो, थँक्यू गाईज. इट
Okay.
वॉज गुड इंटरॅक्शन
Thank you,
विथ
sir.
यू.
Thank
थँक्यू
you so
जोशी
much,
सर.
sir.
छान सेशन झालं.
My
Yes.
pleasure, sir.
चला, थँक्यू सर.
बाय यश, तन्मय.
बाकी कोणाला क्वेरी सरांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करा तुम्ही,
Thank you,
सर रिस्पॉन्स करतात. चला, ओके. चला, बाय सर.
बाय सर.
भेटूया.